So I guess we have 14 attendees now, and this event is very crucial for the demo of the Rike for now. So I think most of you nag-attend na before probably ng mga events namin for the Rike or Citrix Rike. So maybe we have an idea na what is Citrix Rike about, and I think this webinar will help you to have a deep dive knowledge about the Rike, and also as after the presentation, we have a demo user interface, which will be led by our engineers for you to see what is right on the actual use. So let me introduce you our speakers for today's session that will help us know more about solutions. So we have here si Mr. Royce Christian Mendoza and Mr. Steven or SP Sinosilia, WSI Citrix Technical Support Engineers. So later, these two guys will lead us for the presentation and demo of the Rike event. So I hope you've learned a lot later. You will learn a lot later, and let us know if you have any clarification and questions. And if you are requesting for a one-on-one presentations with you guys, just please let us know. Just ping us, and we will call you or just message us or email us anytime. Okay, and now to kick off the presentation, here's Royce to discuss what is Rike. So to give you an idea, for someone probably a recap, but for those no idea at all for the Rike, this is the opportunity for us to share what is Rike in depth dive, and very detailed presentation with Royce. Okay, hi Royce, are you ready? You may take now the screen. Yeah, Royce, you're
Okay.
still on mute. And
Okay. Hello, good morning. Good morning, Miss Rose, and good
good
morning to all.
morning.
Share ko lang yung screen ko.
Okay. Again, if you have any question, you can tap after the presentation, or you can just during the presentation, and one of our technical lead will answer it for you guys. Okay? So again, thank you so much, and Royce, you may start. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, so thank you, Miss Rose, and good morning. Good morning to all. My name is Royce Christian Mendoza, technical support engineer from WSI. So I mainly handle the Citrix products, especially digital workspace solution and application delivery and security products. So for today, I'm going to discuss Rike. So one of the digital workspace solution of Citrix. So for today, I will cover how Citrix and Rike deliver compelling value and complementary solution to simplify and improve employee experience and work execution for all employees in any location where work needs to get done, so in the office or road or at home. So if you have any questions, just feel free to type your questions on the chat panel, or and we will accommodate our questions. So, just to give you an overview of who or what is Citrix. So, Citrix Systems Incorporated is an American multinational cloud computing and virtualization technology company. So, the bread and butter of Citrix is virtualization products like virtualization of applications, desktops, server virtualization, and also we provide, or Citrix provides, networking solution and software as a service solution. We also have cloud computing technologies. So the cloud computing technologies are provided or are delivered by our Citrix Cloud. So the company was founded in Richardson in Texas in 1989. So it began developing remote access product for Microsoft operating systems. Mas kilala si Citrix, or si Citrix is pioneer na in remote solution or remote access products. So I think 30 years ago pa, si Citrix is nagde-develop na ng mga remote access products, specifically for Microsoft pa lang. No? And Citrix headquarters is located at Fort Lauderdale, Florida. So Citrix is a US-based company. So, as we can see here in the slides, so Citrix is in the industry for over 3 decades na. So Citrix start as a remote access solution, and a lot has changed by time. So from simple remote access, and now we are on a digital workspace solution or digital workspace era na. So nandito na tayo sa digital workspace. We have the workspace intelligent. And nung pumasok na yung pandemic, almost or most of the companies nowadays is in-embrace yung workspace solution. So kailangan kasi mag-work from home, work from anywhere, makapag-work anytime. So dito, magfo-focus na ako dun sa mga typical use cases or yung mga encounter ng mga companies natin. So today's work environment is very complex, distributed, and cluttered with a set of applications. So most of the organization starts planning for the future. So we know more people will be working remotely. So I think most of us, so sa tingin yung iba sa atin is nag-work from home and yung iba naman nasa office, ayan, naka-hybrid setup. And in fact, up to 70% of people will be working remotely, so at least 5 days per month in the next 4 years. But work is still too very complex for many of us, regardless of the locations. And in fact, typical employees spend time navigating 35 applications and often four or more just to complete a single process. And the next thing is employees also spend time doing low work value or low value work. So with almost a third of the time managing email and 20% just looking for information. And yeah. And also, employees also spend significant time being distracted. So as many of us can attest to, interruption are very constant, and we are forced to switch context nearly 400 times each day. And not only just navigating work and tools is challenging, but successfully executing the project is very difficult as well. So these realities present barriers to the employees feeling engaged and productive, and in a remote or hybrid environment have profound effects on the employee's experience. So based nga dito sa slide na to, a positive employee experience requires removing friction from work. So from the organization's perspective, their goal is to provide good and quality user experience to our employees. So regardless of their location or what type of device are they using. So I'm introducing to you the Citrix Workspace or yung Citrix product portfolio ni Citrix. So this is just ito yung pinaka-slides or nandito sa slide na to yung most of the Citrix products. So this is what we have done or this is what Citrix done to become the workspace company. So what we have here is the workspace experience. We have here our Citrix Workspace app for us to access our Citrix infrastructure using any type of device. So this is an application you can install on your endpoint device like iOS, Android, your endpoint device like your laptop, desktop. And from the workspace solution, we have here our bread and butter, which is the virtual apps and desktop. So the virtualization of your application and desktop for you to deliver it to your users anytime, anywhere. So ang kailangan lang nila is an internet connection for them to access those virtualized applications and desktop. So we also have secure SaaS and web applications, so micro apps, which I will discuss to you later on. Endpoint management. So if you have a requirement like mobile device management (MDM), so we have a unified endpoint management solution. So, and we also have Citrix Content Collaboration, or formerly known as ShareFile. So for you to access your file, so these are enterprise file sync and share. So for you to access your files anytime, anywhere, so pwede ka makipag-collaborate within your team or externally with the use of Citrix Content Collaboration. You can share files. You can pwede mong gamitin yung isa mga feature ni content collaboration like yung e-signature. Yan. And moving on, application delivery and security products. So sa application delivery and security, we have yung Citrix ABC, or formerly known as NetScaler. So if you have a requirement like load balancing, global server load balancing, web application firewall. So all of that are available in application delivery and security solution of Citrix. So we also have Citrix SD-WAN, so the software-defined wide area network, and web app firewall, secure web gateway for you to access securely your applications kahit nasan ka, orchestration and analytics. Yeah. So Citrix Digital Workspace. So for the past 3 decades, Citrix has been trusted platform used by more than 400,000 companies to securely deliver work resources. It could be your virtual desktops or virtual apps, mobile applications, SaaS applications, or files to any employee across any device and any locations. So they need to remove the noise and complexity from their work. So that's why over the past several years, Citrix has added intelligent features like yung micro apps, machine learning technology, and of course, personalized din nila yung workspace to how each employees prefers to work and to guide them automate key tasks. So, and ayan, makikita natin dito na just like you're normally browsing a typical social media platform like Facebook or like Twitter na meron tayong activity feed or ito yung news feed natin. So makikita natin dito sa gilid yung recommended actions, recent apps, recent files. Ayan. So now, I'm going to jump dun sa business problems and solutions. So ano ba yung mga naging problems natin lalo na nung nagkaroon ng pandemic and ano yung mga naging solution natin? So, because kailangan nga natin as the employer or as of the IT as the IT of the company, so we need to build a digital strategy. So first is we need to consider how to support all of our workforce or users, which likely those are internal users, contract or temporary workers, and those business partners that must engage just like they're part of the company. So the next one is we need to think about how we support people working across any location. So those locations include where many people are today. So just like for example in a remote office, home office setting. So those location can be on your office, primary headquarters, or branch locations. Ayan, yung kailangan natin ma-support yung any type of user. So, kailangan ma-support din natin na kahit nasaan yung mga user natin is, of course, they need to access their applications or yung desktops nila. And the next one is any device. So it also means that we need to think about how to support any type of device. So including our corporate owned device, personal device, whether those are desktops, devices, laptops, thin clients, workstations, mobile phones, and next one is any application. So we need to provide our people with access to any type of applications. So of course, they need to stay productive. They need to access their application anytime, anywhere. So it could be our Windows application, SaaS application, mobile application. Um, it could be also a monolithic or microservices architecture. And lastly, of course, after listening to customers, so Citrix knew employees needed more way to execute work and collaborate across teams in the most efficient and agile way possible. That's why we are pleased to announce the Citrix acquisition of Rike. So Citrix, in-acquire ni Citrix si Rike early this year for us to complete our workspace solution and provide collaborative work management to our employees. So Citrix and Rike has or have a shared mission. So this is to remove the friction or to remove the complexity from today's hybrid and distributed work environment so that every employee, every team, and every organization can perform at their best. So this includes the any user in any location across any device using any type of application and now any work type. Now, with Rike, customers get the most versatile collaborative work management platform specifically built for the agile enterprises. So Rike is a leading provider of SaaS collaborative work management solution, providing a core day-to-day productivity platform. So it also provides you the tool to structure, track, report, and collaborate across a range of work scenarios. So Rike also provides you a full visibility and control, covering all your work for any team and across all of our workflows. So as I said, Rike is a collaborative work management platform with over 20,000 customers and 2.3 million users for over 140 countries. So Rike data centers are located in US and Europe. So with SOC 1 and SOC 2 compliant or service organization control. And of course, Rike also has, or Rike is also ISO certified. So, yung iba dati, yung ibang customer or yung ibang user ang akala nila si Rike is a simple project management tool. But Rike is beyond that. So mas malawak pa si Rike. So part lang ni Rike or part lang ni content or collaborative work management si project management. So, over the past decade, and of course, nung tumama nga yung COVID-19 pandemic last year, nag-worse lalo yung trend as more teams became distributed and most of the companies enabled yung hybrid or flexible work style. So, for now, let's talk about the difference between collaborative work management and project management. So, both project management and collaborative work management solution helps employee teams to collaborate and work together so more efficiently. So, however, since projects are limited in time, scope, objective, project management seeks to optimize workflows, seeks optimize, of course, yung mga processes natin nandito. So, as you can see, lahat ng mga project management tools is kaya din gawin ni collaborative work management tools. So, and of course, mas flexible si collaborative work management tool. So this is pwede itong gamitin to any type of user. So not just for project managers. And of course, easier to master because very user-friendly si Rike and real-time information sharing. So once na may binago yung isang user, mabilis na mag-e-effect or mabilis na mag-e-effect dun sa kabilang user yung mga binago or yung mga inedit niya. So that's why real-time information sharing. And of course, you can have a visibility dun sa mga projects kung ano na ba yung mga magde-deadline, ano na ba yung kailangan nating gawin for today. So nandito nakalagay lahat yung mga task, yung mga projects natin. So dito natin lahat sila mamomonitor. So Rike is a leader in collaborative work management. So Forrester has been covering the CWM or collaborative work management space longer than any other analyst. So Rike has been named a leader in the previous three iterations of Wave Report. So, and in the most recent report released in November 2020, Rike achieved the highest score possible in 15 separate categories. So Rike is, however, a regular winner of Gartner's Peer Insight People Choice Award. And IDC recently named Rike a leader in their cloud project portfolio management report. So all in all, Rike is both a leader and pioneer in collaborative work management platform. To accelerate work that matters most, Rike is the only CWM platform for organizations that can be fully customized for any departments, for any team, or any or workflow. So with Rike, you can standardize your workflows to ensure cross-functional collaboration. Of course, while adapting to your team's unique needs and individual preferred work style. So Rike also builds strong foundation for organizations with data security, scalability, detailed analysis of your work, and rich ecosystem that helps integrate into the technology stack. So Rike also adds value across teams and any department. So these are some of the teams or departments that can leverage or can use Rike. So first of all is for marketing. So Rike also allows marketing department to develop content, develop their campaigns faster, as well as build and execute launches successfully, all while collecting data to help improve and optimize. So next for professional services. So Rike also has professional services, delivers outcome, optimize time and performance or and resources, control project financials, and successfully run the business. So etong professional services, ito yung ide-demo mamaya ni Steven, kung paano natin mamamanage yung mga projects natin using Rike. And next one is yung for project managers. So Rike can also or can help project managers hit their key milestone, adapt, execute, and advance strategic initiatives. So Rike is the foundation for cross-team collaboration. So Rike serves the leading brands in pretty much every industry across the world. So across SMB, mid-market, large enterprises from high-tech to retail, to manufacturing, finance, pharma, media and entertainment, and etc. So we also want to emphasize that Rike can be adopted by any team to power their work and workflows. So and also it is used by smaller or small companies all the way to large enterprises or large companies. So use case template. So Rike also has a use case template. So Rike has a template library which provides a pre-built workflow, request forms, project plans, report, dashboard around specific use cases. So yung mga nasabi ko like yung mga request forms, yung mga projects, yung mga task, mga subtask, lahat yun is madedemo mamaya yun. So if you are not familiar with dun sa mga sinabi ko na request form, mga templates, lahat yun is mapapakita natin dito sa demo natin later on. So customer can add this and customize them to get up and running quickly. So and these are accessible during the trial experience. So if you want to get or if you want to avail Rike trial, so I have a link or you can visit rike.com and apply for a free trial. So you just need to input your email address lang naman doon. A unified workplace that integrates with the leading app. So we realized that a unified workspace has to connect to the system where work lives. So of course, works happens in email, messaging platform across multiple applications. So just like what we are using right now, Microsoft Teams. So in our office, so Microsoft Teams yung ginagamit namin for us to collaborate, for us to for our meetings, for our calls, dito kami nakikipag-usap. So just like what we are using na right now. And Rike can integrate with common communication tools, our communication and collaboration platforms. So from G Suite to Outlook, Microsoft Teams, Slack, Dropbox. Yeah. So, but because work also lives across departmental specific application, we also have 400 plus integration with solutions like Salesforce, Adobe Creative Suite, Experience Manager, Jira, of course, to ensure the employees can connect to the dots and streamline workflows across applications. So as I said, we can use or we can integrate right with Microsoft Teams. So kailangan lang natin siyang i-enable and after natin ma-enable, magla-login lang tayo using our Rike credentials. So, ayan. So if Rike subscription plans, so ito yung mga subscription plans natin for Rike. So ang minimum user natin or minimum license na available kay Rike is 5 users. So dun sa free, we have unlimited number of users but meron siyang limitation like wala siyang dashboard, no Gantt chart, no folder activity stream, no time tracking, no subtask, and as I said, ayun nga, limited yung mga task or limited yung mga features na pwede natin gamitin. So next one is yung professional. So sa professional, gives you or provides you a basic project planning and collaboration. And business, so this is the most popular. So, this plan, can get or dito sa plan na 'to puwede natin, ma-enable yung mga feature like yung mga request forms, customized workflows, advanced reporting, and dun naman sa enterprise, is for, companies that need advanced security, access controls, permission, auditing, of course, integration din with LDAP, and easier provisioning and also single sign-on. So more on the security side tayo dito sa enterprise. So dito naman sa Pinnacle, nandito natin makikita yung ayan yung mga collaboration like nandito rin yung mga advanced tools and yung mga analytics natin. So dito natin makikita 'yan. So next steps and additional resources for our customers. So if you want a free trial, so for customers who want to try Rike, so you can open this link, so we can provide this link to you, and request for a 14-day free trial for all plans. But of course, ayan, they need to access this link and of course provide yung mga email addresses for them to provision a trial account for you. So, yeah. So together, Citrix and Rike allows organization, teams, and employees to perform at their best by unifying, securing, and simplifying your work. So as we move forward and bring Rike into our portfolio, always keep in mind that Citrix and Rike will continue to lead in collaborative work management. And collaborative work management is a critical component of a holistic digital workspace. And Citrix and Rike values to IT and line of business. So I hope I give you an overview of one of the leading collaborative work management platform that you can leverage for your future projects. So thank you and have a good day. So if you have any questions, just feel free to ask na po yung mga questions, and that's it from my presentation.
Okay, and thank you so much, Royce. So before we go to the next presenter, may I ask if there's any questions from our attendees? If feel free to ask any questions, and we have our technical team here to answer all the questions or inquiries regarding Rike or Citrix. Siguro I just start a question na lang siguro, Royce, 'no, for the attendees. Siguro medyo shy type yung end user natin. So, my question, Royce, here is, if I am an end customer or an end user like our attendees, may I ask kung sinong departments ba ng company namin yung pwedeng gumamit ng Rike?
Okay, ma'am. So dito naman sa dito na sa mga users na puwedeng gumamit ng Rike,
Mm,
yung nasa presentation ko kanina is yung tatlo, yung marketing, for the
okay.
project managers, for professional services, but, that is just a few. So few lang naman siya. So I think most or almost lahat naman ng departments do sa specific company is puwedeng gumamit ng Rike as long as they
Mm,
are, collaborating with each other. So for them to track, for example, yung mga sales, for them to track kung kamusta na ba 'tong project na 'to, ano na yung, mga task, ano na yung mga next steps, ano na nangyari dito sa projects na 'to. Of course, for them to gain, visibility dun sa mga projects nila, ayan po. So I think
okay.
most of the departments is puwedeng gumamit ng Rike.
Okay. So you mean ba, Royce, all departments can collaborate for the whole company? I mean, from the purchasing to IT, then to the user for the specific department, for example.
Yes
Am I
po.
right?
So, aside
Mm-mm.
from, collaborating within the same department, you can collaborate then with other departments naman using Rike.
Okay. Then can you share siguro what are the usual use case for this kind of solution?
For the use cases, ayan, puwede tayong, we can use or yung Rike can use yung, like yung professional services like ayan, for us to for example, meron tayong mga projects na need na i-monitor, meron tayong mga task na kailangan i-assign dun sa mga, users natin, sa mga employees natin. So dito kasi si Rike is, marami siyang capabilities. So yun na nga yung isa sa mga capabilities niya is to monitor and of course, you can have visibility dun sa mga projects mo. And dito kay Rike, monitor or, ano bang term dito, binibigyan ka niya ng email. For example, meron ka ng,
Mm.
pending na task na kailangan na matapos this day. Dito, i-email ka ni Rike na
Parang
ayun, kailangan
nagpi-ping siya or nagbe-bell, parang gano'n ba? Or
'yun.
nagno-notif,
Yes, nagno-notif 'yun,
yeah,
nagno-notif siya na, meron ka ng task na kailangang matapos today.
gawin,
So,
mm.
ayun, 'yun yung isa sa mga use cases na puwede nating ano, na no-notify niyo yung mga users for that specific task, specific
Mm,
projects
mm.
na ito yung deadline, ayun.
Na no need na time to time, "Hey, ito na yung gagawin mo. Hey, ikaw dito." Right?
So, no need
Alright.
ng, i-chat or kausapin kasi, lahat is,
Is yeah.
automated na ni Rike.
Okay. So we have a question here from Mr. Nito Alvenis. What is the licensing structure for Rike, Royce?
Okay, let me just, share my screen po ulit dun sa licensing.
Okay.
Licensing, okey. Share ko lang ulit yung screen ko.
Sure, sure, no worries.
So, kita na po ulit yung screen?
I can see it now.
Okay. So, ito yung mga subscription plans ni Rike. So, as I said kanina, meron tayong free, meron tayong professional, business, enterprise, and pinakil. Dito sa free, we can enable yung unlimited number of users. But of course, basic and limited lang yung magagamit natin dito. Wala siyang mga Gantt chart, wala siyang mga project workflows, ganyan. And dito sa
Okay.
professional, so this is, the basic for our, companies. So pwede na tayo makipag-collaborate dito. But, pinaka most popular or yung pinaka ginagamit ng mga businesses nowadays is etong, business na, license, option natin. So dito, we can enable na yung Gantt chart, yung mga project workflows na dito na lahat makikita, mga reporting, and of course, yung sinabi ko kanina na yung mga notifications via email, makikita na rin natin dito sa business. And the next one is yung enterprise. So sa enterprise, almost, may pagkakapareha siya kay business, but kay enterprise, nandito yung mga advanced security controls like integration with your Active Directory, single sign-on, ayan. So dito siya lahat pumapasok. And yung pinnacle, so nandito yung, mga advanced tools. So, like yung mga workflows din natin, dito rin natin, makikita yung mga, complex needs ng mga companies natin, dito na natin makikita, ayan. So I hope, nasagot yung question po dun sa ano, and of course yung limited, minimum number of license is 5. So ayan po.
Okay, minimum of 5. Okay. And I believe there's 14-day free trial available for all plans, meaning if the end customer or our attendees want to try the Rike, they can easily download it, right? Am I right?
Yes po, they can visit yung Rike.com na website, and
Okay.
nandun may nakalagay sa upper right yung,
Mm-mm.
14, free trial version ni Rike. So ayan.
Okay. Okay, another question from Miss Eileen. Sa professional po ba walang reports? Then, how much per user license sa professional and sa business? Okay, ma'am. Miss Eileen, for the price range for the professional and business is really depends on the requirement. So, C-Rike is very flexible in terms of the price support if you need anything. But for the price range, I can send it to you separately, Miss Eileen. Probably I can give you a initial quotation for the professional or sa business and sa business. Okay? And the question is for you, Royce, sa professional po ba walang reports?
Sa professional po is, yes, no report po. Nandiyan lang yung mga Gantt charts natin, so and dashboards.
Okay. So I hope it answers the question. So any more questions? Hmm. I guess wala na. So I guess sa demo later mas marami yung magiging questions natin because makikita na nila yung actual use nung ating Rike. Okay? And again, thank you so much, Royce. Before we go to the next presenter, I would like to thank all the attendees who nag-ask ng questions and shows interest to the Rike. And of course, Miss Eileen will get back to you regarding sa pricing. And for those na gusto din mag-request, please let me know. Okay, so if no more question, let's now proceed with the last presentation. Let us call Mr. Steven or Espinosolia for Citrix Strike demo presentation. Okay, hi Steven.
Hello and thank you, Miss Rose.
Okay, are you ready?
Yes, of course. So,
Okay.
okay. So, good morning to all. So, I'm not going to share my camera since I want to optimize yung ating demonstration para wala tayong, as much as possible, I want to lessen yung lag when it comes to interacting with Wrike. No? So, okay. So, I'm gonna share my screen now so you can see the interface of Rike. So before we start, so Rike is a web application, though meron na siyang mga an application now, no, with Windows and Mac. There's also a mobile platform for Rike that you can download for free also, no. So what you can see here is the login page of Rike. So here is dito nyo rin makikita kung paano tayo mag-start start for free, sending your work email, business email, or even your personal email to start with the trial of Rike. No? So to start it off, I'm going to log in my demo account for Rike. So let me just input my application, I mean my credentials, and we will be met by Rike's user interface. No? So this is medyo cluttered siya with a lot of things. So I'm going to walk you through first with Rike. So when we go to our scenario, which is the professional services, right here, so you can catch up with the terms I am using or uh, the icons and even the functions that I am showing. So starting from the left-hand side, which is the inbox, so dito natin makikita yung mga notification natin. So for example, yung mga report natin. This is an example, the weekly report, which I will explain a little bit later now. Then we have the multiple files that we can send. This is also a proofing side now with the approval and changes that our guests can implement now. We also have a Wrike bot that will automatically add us. So it's basically the middleman of Wrike to notify our users. So the spaces. So the spaces is what when it comes to creating a space or project, task, or even so Rike doesn't have a prepared structure. Spaces is the upmost of the so for example is the folders, no, it is the topmost. So in this case I have is the professional service space, which consists of the projects and tasks inside, which we are going to tackle later now. So next up is the pin, pretty straight to the point. The pin task or any task or projects you want to view the latest, no, the recent one you've tackled, project or task. Then the AI recommended task. So merong AI si Rike which will check our team kung ano yung team ni Rike na kailangan pagtunguhan natin ng attention. Then the right-hand side, which is split into three parts, no? So the first three is only for a personal use. So this you can only use this not so starting from my to do created by me and start task. So this is uniquely only you can see these tasks that are created in these three. The next up is the advanced configuration, which can be also found in these six button. No? So the calendars, the timesheet, the dashboard, the reports, the workloads, even yung mga ating mga users, no? And the stream. So explain ko yan little later pag natakil na natin. Then we also have the shared with me, all the projects and files na naka-share ako or nakatag ang ating user. The blueprints, which is when we are using a recurring tasks or project, for example, especially when we are implementing recurring tasks or iisa lang yung ating mga dinedeploy. So, kailangan i-blueprint natin siya. So, for ease of access, with blueprints, this falls down yung ating request forms na I will showcase later na nakabundle siya sa ating scenario. So, starting with the creating na what was mentioned before, na mayroong mga templates si Rike. So, I will create a space. So, nandito ang ating mga klase ng klase ng space na pwede nating space and yung mga templates na given ni Rike from the basic one up to the service and consulting. So, there are also a predefined or pre-configured ni Rike na templates. So, in this case, I'll just create blank. So, entering a space name. Oh, sorry. So, maybe private, public, or lock na. Since we are nasa isa tayong team when we create a private, so kung tayo lang ang nandun and pwede tayo mag-invite ng other user na ma-involve doon, but we are the admin na. Pagdating sa public, once na ma-publish natin tong space, mag-broadcast yung space na to. So, lahat ng user na nasa account na, ay nasa team na to, or nasa isang space na na-join natin, makita nila lahat. So, you can see na mayroon tayong 5 teams na may involved once I publish yung public na type ng space. Next up is yung locked. So, straight to the point, no data, secured yung data, ikaw lang makakita, and wala talaga siyang i-broadcast sa lahat. So, straightforward. So, I'm not going to create this since I've already have a space for that na. So starting from going back to our user interface, so we're now going to move on to the professional services. So it's still not the scenario based since I'm going to walk you through kung ano nasa loob ng ating spaces. So we have a lot of categories above here, no? So I'm going to tour you first, then we're going to now move on to the scenario. No, starting from the four major views that Rike uses. No, the list view, the board view, or the Kanban, the table, and the Gantt chart. No? So starting from the list, you can list up uh, all the tasks in here, or you can turn it off to see the projects and folders. No. So depending on your preference, if you want to see it as a list type or a other, you are free to do so. No. It's not really a constraint to any user. So next up is the Kanban or the board view. So we have this is the active testing and the final test. So this also can be configured. No? So by moving on to the right hand side, you can see this little bit of a settings part. No? So we can change the workflow this here depending on our workflow. So for example, I'll return it to our default and it will automatically go back to its default settings. So depending, also it's also is a drag and draft type of type of view like yung mga ginagamit natin. So example like that. So next up is in table. So similar to an Excel view that yung nakita natin on the first click of the space. So makikita natin dito yung title, assignee, so yung mga columns natin, and so on and so forth. So with this na pwede tayong magdagdag din ng mga custom made na mga columns. So so for example, meron din tayong iba't ibang klase mga counters dito, no. So for example, this is a formula. So pwede tayong maglagay din ng formula na column para sa table natin na magko-compute ng natin, no. So wala pa akong nilalagay na edit, but pwede tayo for example, I'll create a new field for example, no. So let's say it's a test. So dropping down to formula, we can reference the start date. Then let's just add a plus 3. So it will add 3 days after the start date. No? So that's only a simple formula to add in here. No? So once we've seen this and we've aggregate, oh, having problems now. I think it's only pointed at the others now. So, but you can get the idea about these plans and projects now. So next up is the Gantt chart, which is the sometimes yung mga view na gusto ng ating mga finance or even yung mga gusto makita yung overview na projects natin, no? So I'm just gonna collapse in here. So we have a less space to attend to. So for so it's a Gantt chart like I've mentioned, no? It's full of datas and so on. So besides yung pagiging Gantt chart niya, we can also do a baseline by snapshotting the time of event. So before and after. So for example, I have an example. So once I've turned on this view, I can see the baseline, no? So this is the planned and actual baselining when it comes to when we talk about Gantt chart. Next up is we can also export the the Gantt chart itself by going through I think, right here and also downloading it as PDF. So mag-export siya ng PDF file na makikita natin yung buong view ng ating Gantt chart. So as I mentioned, walang problema sa four views na to. So every changes na magawa sa isang view, magre-reflect siya sa other three, no? So next up is for the admin side, no? Sa mga admin na to, yung parts na to. So starting from the resources, with this yung makita natin yung mga effort ng ating mga user in terms of the project base. So I don't have a lot of data in here, but I'll show you the workflow which focuses on user than in the resources which focuses on the projects and tasks. But we can see this how much effort our user is supposed to do on a specific task on a single day, no? So we can also point out if our user is overloaded in this type of projects, no? Kita rin natin yung ating mga assignees and so on and so forth. Next up is yung files. So before na-mention din siya na pwede tayo mag-proofing. So when it comes to proofing naman, may mga I have here are examples, no? For example, I want to proof this and to be approved and sent. So it is also possible. We have multiple types, the dot one. So these are also it updates live, no? So pwedeng mag-view yung isa nating user, lively nila makikita nagpo-proofing ang isa nating user then or administrator in this case, no? So we have four types, I mean five. So what one is the bullet one, the highlighting of a specific word or phrase, the pointer what I've shown earlier, then the box type and also the pencil, no? And also the as I've said the pencil. Depending on you can also prefer a chosen color if you so wish, and also hide it, no? Also you can also export this with or without the annotations, no? You can also share this to permalink so it will be easy. So besides documents and files, you can also proof a video. Oops, wrong one. So for example, I've made this a sample one, right here. So I'm making a test of the proofing for videos now. One moment, it's still buffering. Excuse me. So as you can see, I can proof this while also it is moving. So I want to stop this and add a annotation. I can also add that. So everyone will see that I have annotate in here. I can just press the annotation side, or I can drop down the comments on this top right hand side. No. So that's besides that's the proofing side now. So next up is the stream. So everything, every comments, every description, everything that you na accomplish natin is magre-reflect dito sa stream natin na may timetable na. Straight to the point, I'm going to skip into the time lags since it's the data for here is quite challenging. No? So medyo mag-skip muna tayo since medyo out of reach na to. So next up is yung analytics natin para sa ating mga managers, no? So makikita natin dito yung mga data ng first yung isang table natin is specific siya sa mga users. So ilang, ilang task na ang overdue, complete, active, depending on our workflows, no? So makikita natin siya dito on each. So I have 4 here that has datas. Next up is the performance chart for the active and datas and even all the tasks. Also the specific analytics for our user. If you so choose the work progress type of chart, then the baseline chart, no, it's similar to the Gantt chart one. It's more so on specific baseline. No. Next up is so now that I've toured you on this types of views and even the administrator side of this space, now I'm going to explore you on a specific project. Then we're moving on. Now we're moving on uh, to a actual scenario now. So the name, pretty standard, no? The spaces, the workflow. So this can also be changed depending on your departments on how they do their work. We can add files. So not only from your computer, we can reference the Google Drive, Dropbox, Box, SharePoint, even a YouTube link and a website link for HTML. Although HTML proofing of HTML only is available to Pinnacle licenses now. We can start an approval, pretty standard for a project management tool or even a collaborative work management. Start date, book effort, then the description. The comments in here are also live, like what I've said earlier. Once I've typed something in here, it will also reflect on the project itself, and everyone will see it on the spot now. So, so now that I've finished the showing you how this, now we'll be moving on to the the scenario, no? So so mapapansin niyo rin dito marami akong, similar looking tasks and projects, no? So these are not manually, this automatically inputted as a deployment type, which is yung request forms natin, no? So for example, I want to before I show you the configuration of the request form, I'll show you how it works first, no? So first up, we have the options here for requests. So I'll show you two types of forms, no? The specific one and the a group type one of uh of a form. So for example, I want to deploy a Citrix virtual apps and desktop. I'll just fill up these data, no? Starting from December 7 and adding a reseller. I'm just going to add a reseller, no, 25. Type then what I'm going to deploy and an additional one to be deployed, no? So for example, I want to deploy all four plus the all three plus the Citrix virtual apps and desktop. So it will load first before implementing the actual projects and data now. So as you can see, na automatically nag-create siya ng projects, and also I've enabled the automation from this specific space. No? Magde-delve tayo sa automation and yung mga workflows on how to create those when we run into the setting side of the right now. So automatically, instead of a new, it automatically changes to in progress. So that's the automation side of Rike. So automatically inputted a projects with tasks and even subtasks. So ito yung sinasabi ko kanina na with regards to the blueprints. No? So going to a blueprints, lahat ng request forms na to, which is yung mga kinlik natin, which is yung Citrix Virtual Apps and Desktop, tsaka yung ating mga additional products. So lahat ng mga configuration nun, kung paano siya nagagawa, is nandito sa blueprints. No? So nire-reference ng request form yung mga blueprints na ginawa natin. So pagdating sa mga recurring tasks, possible natin itong gamitin ang ating mga request form. No? So the second side, then I'll show you the other form. Then we'll move on to the setting side to show you how to create this request forms and even yung automation natin. So I have is the TSD form. So paano pag may group tayo with multiple types of products in, so like in my case, no? So let me just fill this one up again. D7. So for example, I have a different brand, a Citrix VMs Office and NetApp. So once I've chosen here, automatically it will point me to another page, which comprises of Citrix now, the page one. So depending on what we've chosen on that specific drop down, we will be pointed to the specific products, and even it's added additional products to be deployed now. So I'll just add again here. This is also a requirement. Then I will submit it. So that's the when we are talking about a group type of request form. So nasa isang side na lang siya, utilizing yung mga different pages na pwede natin makreate sa ating mga request form. So similar, uploaded yung ating dates, yung reseller na pinag-input natin sa ating request form, yung types of products na ide-deploy natin, and also yung na-reference nating blueprints. Now we are going to move on to the how how did I create the work request forms now. So moving to the request forms, to the setting size of the spaces. So we're going to start. So possible din siya may i-send natin sa external, no? So we have the option to do that. So kung hindi siya involved sa ating users, magiging collaborative lang siya, which is the unlimited side na nakita natin kanina sa slides, which when it comes to licenses, no? May unlimited siya from 5 to unlimited. That comprise to collaborative, which is yung mga other work natin or yung mga customers natin na gusto natin ipasay ng projects. So makita natin dito sa forms na yung date created natin. So I'm just going to fast track this one, no? Para can move on to the setting side already, no? So yung mga numbers dun, yung mga dates, yung mga pangalan dun sa title ng projects natin is naka-reference dito sa request form. So pag na-fill up natin to, automatically, yung date na to is magre-reflect siya sa title, yung start date natin, kaya dalawa yung nandun na dates, the date created and date started, no? So ito yung start date, magiging start date yun ng projects. So even ginawa mo yung projects mo last month, pagka reference natin yung start date, yun ay magiging start date ng ating projects. Then yung reseller, typical na Then yung ating mga forms kanina, na which is yung brand na naka-reference siya sa page 2, yung page 3. So makita natin dito yung finill up ko kanina is dalawa lang. So when it comes to here, we have multiple pages from 2 to 4, no? So we have page 3, page 4. That also is that are also referencing a specific blueprint. You can also add another actions in here to up it for approval, or even add a project owner, or put it in a folder or additional subtasks. So next up is the setting side now on how to create yung ating mga automation, and even yung mga users natin na i-bring up ko, no? So starting tayo from the profile, pretty standard, kung ano yung mga kailangan nating information, pwede natin ilagay dito. Then dito na yung part ng mga ating security. So nandito yung enterprise level, no, when it comes to licensing. The type of license, no, the two-step verification or multi-factor authentication, no. Then we also have the work schedule. So ito yung kapag dating sa ating mga user na meron silang flexible work schedule. For example, ang days nila or yung day na wala sila is Monday or Tuesday. So pagka in-input natin sa user na to is wala silang pasok by Monday or Tuesday, then reflect natin sa ating calendar, automatically lahat ng task na maa-assign sa user na to, mag-a-adjust magre-reschedule yung mga task sa kanya, na iiwasan nung mismong user na yun yung ating date, which is yung Monday and Tuesday na. Then the account info, dito yung kung saan tayong team, kung anong role ko, and yung mga user natin. So since demo kami from Citrix, na meron kami 5 users lang for enterprise pinnacle na. So the owner is Miss Rose Lapid, and I'm the administrator for this. Now next up is the email preference na puwede tayong magdagdag ng other emails besides yung ating, personal or even yung work email natin. Then for notification meron din tayo. Then also selecting here kung ano yung mga specific na notification ang gusto nating ma-receive. We have, mamimili na lang kayo and we also have notification schedule and so on and so forth na. Then the themes, straightforward, we can change our themes depending on our preference. Now this is the administrator side, so only administrator can see this part na. So we have uh, 5 users but, pagdating dito sa ating licenses, yung nagko-consume madalas ng ating licenses is yung regular and the external 'no. So ito yung binibili natin mga users when it comes to licenses. The collaborator, this is the heavily restricted na klase ng ano ng user. So I think, nakakapag-attach lang siya, change lang ng status ng project or task and even yung mga comments lang 'no. So heavily restricted 'to and this is the unlimited portion na pwede nating i-reference sa ating mga customers 'no, if we want them to collaborate with us using Rike. Next up is the job role, so I'm going to skip past this since this falls through to our financial, side of Rike and that's, another story altogether 'no. Then this is the work schedule for our administrator. So as I've said, we can, fix which work week we wanted to if they are online for a whole 7 days. So depending on our preference, and we can also add a, holidays, a additional work day or overtime, public holidays, or even non-working. Next up is the request form. So I've shown you this. I've shown you this already. Two types on how to tackle this, on how to, configure this is in the setting side and in the user side or the space specific. No? Then the workflows, yung pinakita ko kanina na meron tayong, active, new, in progress, and so on and so forth. So you can add a status depending on the or that na magre-reflect sa ating status na ilalagay. So it depends on our preference or our workflow kung paano natin tinatakal ang ating mga projects. The custom field, which is yung kanina kong inad na formula, no? Then the automation kanina na from new, after na-add natin siya, automatically naging in progress. So let me just, so it's in here now. So ginawa ko, ni-reference ko yung task to our space or even yung projects natin sa two sides 'to. So ginawa kong trigger which is yung parang conditions natin is kapag nag-create ng new task, automatically change that task into in progress. We can even add another option that we can move yung mga tasks or even yung dagdagan pa siya and even assign it depending on our, configuration. The time lag again, skipping this part. Then the settings, straight to the points, the currency, the, settings on and even the preference type of our logos and even, the email that will be sent to others. Then this part is the enterprise one, the security side. Can, what kind of storage are we allowing and even the password policies. No? These are all straight to the point. The security side. Then the activity reports on how kung paano natin ino-operate yung ating mga Excel or even yung IP addresses natin. Next up is yung access reports na nasa enterprise level din siya. So, pwede natin kumuha tayo ng Excel file na makikita natin yung report ng mga in-access ng specific user or kung anong space yung kung sino mga nag-access doon sa specific space or mga projects. Then access role. So, most of our ITs are familiar with this. Kung ano lang yung mga possible na capabilities ng specific na ilalagay nating permission sa ating mga employees and users ng mga external and mga regular users natin. So I think that, then the last part I forgot, I almost forgot now, the absent integration. So na-mention to sa presentation na pwede tayong mag-integrate with other web apps and even yung mga ating mga SaaS. So meron mga pre-configured si Citrix na integration with other applications, no? So for example, for Salesforce though I'm not going to show you how it actually works, pero merong overview dito si Rike kung paano niya ginagawa 'to, no? So we can add yung triggers kung ano mangyayari, kung magre-record siya ng panibago, gagawa siya ng gagawa siya ng mga trigger kung ano yung mga mangyayari bago siya magkaroon ng action. Puwedeng mag-create siya ng project, mag-create ng task, or even mag-set ng date. So, depende again on your configuration, 'no. We also have the application access, yung mga authorized app nito na naka-link 'to sa dalawa na inallow natin sa atin, 'no. And also yung API natin for our IT na gusto natin mag-link ng ano natin ng ano, mga application na tayo mismo magke-create ng ano, nagke-create ng mga function kung paanong triggers and even kung ano mangyayari sa mga triggers na 'yun. So I think that ano, that, finishes my demonstration on Rike. So it's pretty top level only, a little bit on a deep dive side, I mean deep dive side, 'no, with, Rike. So now I'll be passing it on back to, Miss Rose Marilapit. Again, I thank everyone for joining us today. Thank you.
So now, I think that's all for me. So again, if you have any questions and inquiries about Citrix and Bright, please please let us know. And again, I'm so thankful to have your presence today. So congratulations for all the winners. If you want to know more, our email is flashed on the screen. Contact us anytime should you want to have a one-on-one presentation to discuss the product further. So that is for Activity Day. On behalf of WSI and Citrix, I would like to thank you for joining us and see you again on our next activities. And of course, advance Merry Christmas to everyone. Thank you so much, guys. And please expect a email and a call from us. So thank you again. Thank you so much.